What's going on, folks? Lauren Sisler here with AL.com. Got my man Cole Cublic hanging out with three-man front on Jocks Radio as well as the SEC Network. Week 13 of the college football season. We're going with our SEC insider. We're going inside with the Auburn Tigers. So the Auburn Tigers obviously, struggled against Georgia, especially there in the majority of the football game. Were able to try to pose a comeback. Unfortunately, fell short. Final score 21-14. What does Auburn need to do differently? What do they need to add to their resume, to their performance in order to get a win against Alabama in the Iron Bowl?
Well, I think defensively you're good. So you just continue to play the way that you played, whether it was against Georgia, Florida, LSU. I think all those performances against this Alabama team would be good enough to put Auburn in a position to win this game.
Okay.
May need to add a defensive touchdown or two to really have a shot at winning this game. Offensively, I think there are a couple things that can be added that could possibly drastically change things. Number one, quarterback runs. We've talked about that before. You saw Bo Nix had a couple of runs early in the game and seemed to be there for him. Mm-hmm. Some between the tackles on draws, and then a couple of zone reads or read options that he could keep to the outside that I think could be there. I understand you're trying to protect him, but in that game, I think all bets are off. You just kind of go with it. I think pace and tempo could help this team. I think going faster at times, and I understand the whole, we want to get the first down to be able to go, but I also think that maybe to get that first down, maybe going a little bit faster could be something that helps you. And then I think, too, Anthony Schwartz needs to be a bigger part of the game plan. And Georgia did an excellent job of widening out their edge defenders and sort of taking away those perimeter runs. Well, what was your answer to that? Because if Georgia's going to play you out wide, and if Georgia's going to try to take that perimeter run away, there has to be something behind that. So keep Schwartz a part of the game plan, but is there a way to get him involved with different looks? And I don't mean just throwing him the ball down the field, because obviously he can run past people and that would be a good option, but are there other ways, maybe in the middle of the field? Are there other ways behind the line of scrimmage? Are there places you could line him up differently to get him the football and help create explosive plays? Because he's drawing attention, which is good. But what you have to do, Lauren, is you have to add things that can hurt a defense for paying that much attention to what he's capable of doing.
Okay, so here's what I want to ask you. You're Auburn right now. You obviously hear the news too, and I realize like football teams are, we're not going to look ahead, but let's be real. Iron Bowl is looming. How does the entire dynamic of preparation, everything that Auburn is preparing for in the Iron Bowl change now that Tua is no longer the quarterback at Alabama and Mac Jones is your guy?
Well, I think it allows you to do a couple other things. Number one, it allows you to maybe dial in on the run a little bit more, which Auburn's been able to play 5 or 6 in the box and get away with slowing the run down, which is great. And if you can do that, maybe you add numbers on the back end. Normally, and in this game, because you just feel like it will probably more Najee Harris heavy, you could add another defender to the box and help play the run. And then maybe if it's not a run play, you could add him as a blitzer and try to bring extra pressure. I think because Mac Jones doesn't have the same kind of escapability that Tua does, you can probably add some more pressure packages because he doesn't get the ball out as quickly. It's not quite as accurate. So you can play more high risk at the second and third level in coverage. So I would expect Kevin Steele to be aggressive. I would expect Kevin Steele to go after him. And I would maybe expect to see more Auburn defenders at or near the line of scrimmage than we did against Florida, LSU, and some of the other teams that could really have success throwing the ball because he knew he could win with his defensive line. So same thing applies to Alabama. I think that D-line can still have success, but now with somebody who doesn't have the escapability, that's not as accurate, that doesn't always get it out on time, you take your chances with pressures there and hope that you can create negative plays.
All right, awesome. Great insight, Cole. We appreciate it as always. For all your Auburn Tiger updates, you can visit us on AL.com.